Hey guys, Al here, Vitalized Seed. I hope you all are doing well. I wanted to do a video, and hopefully I'll be somewhat brief, on something that I see a lot on the internet, and this is whether I'm talking or reading or talking to people from a gardening or horticulture perspective or food plot perspective. And this is the idea of slowing down and really understanding scale and scalability of the advice in which you're given, guys. I have really stepped back a lot from interactions within social media and forums. I'm probably a little bit more likely to give a detailed response. It just seems like the intentions are better from people, and sometimes social media is not as nice of a place, and also timing. But I still read a lot of stuff on there, and one of the biggest issues that I think I see is, a very typical thing. Somebody says, hey, I'm new to gardening, I'm new to farming, I'm new to food plotting, I'm looking for advice, and they'll get a bunch of advice. And I really do believe that most of the responses are with very good intention. I think people are, for the most part, inherently good. They want good in people, and maybe that's just my blind optimism. But I do believe most people do want the best for others, and they want to also feel heard, and they want to share advice. And I think that's wonderful, and that's one of the great things about social media is you can get this eclectic response on any topic. We could talk cooking or farming or whatever. The problem, I think, is that we don't know the background of the person in which they're sharing that information. And why that's important is because of scalability. So let's talk about that. Somebody might say, hey, here's what I do. I go and plant 200 pounds of seed per acre of these 5 different seeds, and it works out very well. Well, that might for that person, right? But what we don't know is that the person asking the question might have the target goal in the next 5 years. They want to plant 10 acres. Well, are they going to be able to do 200 pounds of seed per acre on 10 acres? Are they going to be able to afford that? Do they need to have that high of a rate of seeding when planting? So I'll give you an example, guys. At Vitalized Seed, we feel that our mix is so perfectly balanced between brassicas and rye, or I should say grains, with our rye grain and our oats and our winter wheat and our triticale. We have our broadleaves in there, as I mentioned, our brassicas, our clovers, and then of course some additional legumes, being hairy vetch and Austrian winter peas. And we believe that the ratios are so well balanced, and after years and years of planting this, well before starting Vitalized Seed, we feel extremely confident in maximizing tuber production to above ground biomass to root production in the non-producing tuber plants at around 45 pounds to the acre. Now that might ebb and flow a little bit, but at 45 pounds to the acre, we have found that this can be broadcast. Done that for years. Whether it's an herbicide burn down, whether it's broadcast in mow, whether it's broadcast in roller crimp, depending on the previous crop, that's fine. We know that it can be no-till drilled in a single box. We know that it doesn't separate. We know that it goes through the drill well. We know that if you plant it at about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch depth, that's plenty deep, especially when you're planting into a green cover. We know these things because we've been doing it. And it works well, and you get really, really good results. So I share that because, again, there's people out there that will give advice, and it means well, but they'll say, hey, plant this and then go back over and till everything and then repack it and then plant this and then go back over that and replant everything. Guys, there are farmers using drones, putting on diverse cover crop mixes, flying them over cornfields, dropping it at however high they are, 80 foot in the air, dropping it at 20 miles an hour with a fly, and getting fantastic stands of cover crops. So keep that in mind, guys, when it comes to planting rates, planting methods, the amendments that you're going to put on soil. Keep all of that in mind, because to do something at a 1/2 acre, an acre, or garden scale, sub 1/2 acre, a lot of times, it's pretty easy to do whatever you need to be done. The, economics aren't going to weigh that much on your pocket because you're doing it at a small scale. But most people, you want to scale up, you want to do more, you want to add more food. If you're going to do that, or that's a goal, and you want to be cognizant of that, keep those things in mind. Check out vitalizeseed.com for more information on our 1-2 system. And I hope this gives you all something to think about. Be safe, guys, and enjoy the outdoors.